All right, remember, goal today is to multiply decimals, multiply these things so we can actually figure out the result. So we're on section 4.6. We're multiplying decimals. Multiply decimals. Okay, now there are certain rules. We talked about the different methods of how we can actually do this yesterday, and we try to do one of each type. I don't know which one you guys prefer. I don't know if you guys prefer column method or lattice.
Obviously column.
Okay, column. Okay.
Well,
Eric, do you prefer lattice or column method?
Column.
Doesn't matter.
Column.
Oh, column. Okay. So we'll work on column method then today. Goal today: do a few examples of this. We're going to try some different size numbers. We'll see if you guys got a pretty good handle on this, and then I'm going to turn you loose on some examples on the board and see if you guys can do them. Okay. And I'll have you try them on your paper and whatnot, or you can walk up here and I'll take you off camera and you can try a couple out again, so you get to write some. But then after we're all done with this, and we do a few examples, I have about 4 problems picked up that I'd like to go over today. Then the last thing is you're going to need your Chromebook, because we're going to do an activity where I'm going to check to see if you're proficient at this. So we're going to do a Chromebook, and we're going to do a little test to see how well you can do at this. And it's not graded or anything, I just want to see. I want to see if you can pass this certain test with a 70% accuracy. 70%. We're going to see how well you do. Okay, I want to see, because 70% is above a D, so it's C and higher. So I want to see if you guys can do it. Okay, that's considered passing. C or higher. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's jump right in. Let's talk about an actual decimal. I'm going to pull a couple numbers right off the top of my head here. Let's go 5 times 12.03. Okay, this is our first one. Okay, now what we talked about yesterday is because you guys like column method, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter where the decimals are?
No.
No, not at all. In fact, you do not line up the decimal point.
I know where the 5 goes, it goes on with 3.
It goes under the 3. So when we write this down, even though I know the decimal is back here, that technically the 5 doesn't even have a decimal because it's after it, there's no numbers you need, you're absolutely right. When you write this down, you write the 5 below the 3, and you're going to multiply. Notice, I ignored the decimal. If you look at my problems, I erased the decimal on it because I want you to ignore it and just multiply like normal. So let's go.
Isn't that one of the rules?
Yep.
Ignore the decimals for when you're timesing.
Yep. You put it in column, longer number on the top. You ignore all decimal places, and then you just multiply like normal. So we'll start with Sam. We'll start with you first. 3 times 5, please.
15.
15. Okay. We're going to do the 15. Carry the 1. Eric, second.
5.
5 times 0.
0.
Add 1.
1.
1. Good. Sam, 5 times 2.
10.
10. So we're going to have a 0. Carry the 1 over to the next column. Eric, 5 times 1. Now we're going to have to add 1.
6.
6. Okay, now, this is technically our answer, but we have to throw in the decimal. Where does the decimal need to go? How many places over from the back?
From the back?
From the
It would
back.
be
We start, yeah, we start back here and we move it over, and yes, you're absolutely right, you have to move it over 2. So your final answer is this. Now, here's what I'd like you to think about before we move on. Okay? Does that answer make sense? Well, this number up here, let's just common sense this before we start. This number is 5, right? It doesn't have a decimal. What is 12.03 really close to?
12.
12. Check your multiplication chart. What's 5 times 12?
60.
60. So my answer should be around 60. And look what we got. 60.15. It's really close. Okay, make sense?
Yep.
Okay, let's do another one. 4.83. And we're going to multiply by 2.5. 2.5. Now we're getting longer and longer and longer. Bigger numbers now. Okay, so how do we start? What's the setup? What number do I put on the top? What number do I put on the bottom?
First number goes on top.
First number, why? You are right.
First of all, it's bigger.
Bigger, yeah, it's longer, yeah, it is bigger, but it is also longer, yeah.
It's
Okay.
both, let's say that.
Yeah, and then the second number on the bottom, that's 25, and it goes in the back.
And it does not matter where they go.
Exactly, because
Actually-
we do not line up the decimal point.
There's a reason why you don't line them up, or don't have to, I should say, is because you ignore them.
Exactly, we ignore the decimal place, that's why you don't need it. If you actually line up the decimal and you fill in all the zeros, it makes the problem longer, and it doesn't give you any difference in answer. In fact, I might actually show you that today, that if you were to line them up, it would make a difference. Okay? Alright, so on this one, we'll start with Eric this time first. 5 times 3,
15.
15. So 5 carry the 1. Sam, 5 times 8,
40,
and then add the 1.
41.
41, perfect. Sam, let's go Eric, sorry. 5 times 4?
24.
Yeah, good, you have the 4, so that's 24. Good, alright, now next. So, Sam, what's the next step? Because I just got done with the 5, so I'm done with the 5s.
Yeah, cross all that stuff
Yep.
out and put a 0 under the 5.
Boom, and then we start. So, start me in. 2 times 3,
6.
6. Eric, 2 times 8, please.
16.
16, carry the 1. And Sam, 2 times 4, and add the 1.
That would be 8, 9.
9, boom. And now we're going to add straight down.
Oh,
So,
boy.
Eric, we're up to you first. 5 plus 0,
5.
5. Sam, 6 plus 1.
7.
Eric, 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4,
10.
10. Carry the 1. And Sam, 1 plus 2 plus 9.
12.
12. Alright, now, there's my number, but where does the decimal need to go? How many spots over from the back? So right now the decimal's back here, but how many spots do I need to move it? Oh, oh. Yep. How many?
3.
3, because look at this. 1, 2, 3. That's how I know. You
Oh,
count them
yeah,
all
that's
up.
right there.
Yep, 1, 2, 3. So that's 12.075. Now, just to prove my point, because that is the answer, let's double check to see, make sense, what is this roughly gonna be? Okay? Alright. 4.83, what is that really close to?
5.
5-ish, okay? 2.5, what is that close to?
3.
3. So we're in the ballpark
Of 15.
of 15, and that's the ballpark we're in. Now, obviously, we overestimated our numbers. You know, we said 3 and 5. Well, that's overestimating. Those numbers are bigger than what I have. So my answer would be smaller than 15. It was 12. So that makes sense. We're in the ballpark. We're at 12. That's close. So, all right. Questions, comments about this? Okay. Now, again, today, I'm going to give you an example. I want to see if you can do it. And I'll have you out of camera shot. I think the camera comes up to here. So you'll be out of camera shot. And I want to see if you guys can do some by yourself. And I'll give you some markers here. Let you try them out. All right, so here's your problems. So, all right, here we go. Let's go with 6.09 times 7.6 and 14.
Where did you say the camera might end up going to?
It only goes up to right where that 15 is. It's stopped there, so you will not be on camera.
I definitely won't.
Yep. And we're gonna multiply by 5 point.
Which one do you want?
I'll see what I get stuff.
Okay. Okay, you guys can decide.
I'll take that one.
He's gonna take that one. I got this one.
Okay, go up there. You can grab any marker you want. I want to see it on the board. And again, you will not be in camera shot. In fact, I might even just turn it off so that I know that's not gonna be on you.
He's catty.
Out of season though.
Then go with blue and red. American
Okay,
colors.
you are not in camera shot. It can hear you, but it won't see you. Make sure of it.
I don't care. Yes, I do my fours different, just so you know.
That's fine.
Actually, I haven't seen
It's
these.
pretty easy to tell those. I've seen people with
Did I
really-
put the 0 in the right spot?
No. Because remember, you don't need to line up the decimals.
Oh, that's right.
That's fine. And if you were to line them up, the 0, 2, we got hand that
I
six.
don't know something funny? Mine line up any other way.
Oh, do they? Oh, yeah, they do. I don't get it. So,
That works fine for me.
okay.
No.
Good.
Three.
Yep. So far, so good.
Wait, do we do it like this?
Yep.
Still even when there's.
Yep. So 4 times 3.
Let's see here. Let's try and-
Yep. Here's the 1. Good.
Yeah, but
There we go.
Good. First row's done. Now what?
Twice.
Good. Nice. Keep going.
Well, obviously, I know what the rest of them are.
Good. So that's going to be easy. This row is kind of your easy row. Try to give each of you an easy row. Nice. Good. Now your next row.
Do I take these off too?
Yes, take those off. Yeah, those are gone. Okay.
Okay.
So now you're going to the next number. So now what do you need on the bottom there? Just before you start that third row. You need 2 of them.
63.
Okay.
Because you're moving over 2 numbers now. So now you can start your 5. Good.
That would be 35. Right? 7.
Yep.
Wait. And the 3 would go with, okay?
The 3? Yeah, it goes above the 2. Yeah, just carried that over. Yep.
13.
Yep.
So
Oh, gosh, I put that one.
Perfect. Yep. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Oh, no. Dang it, put that one on.
Good. Good catch.
75.
Nice. Now you just have to add. Alright, so let me double check here. Zeros. Okay, then you move on to the next one, which is 54 carry 5 times. Did 36. Nice. And then we did double zeros. And then
Wait, no, wouldn't that 3 be over here?
No, you're fine. You have it all lined up correctly. No, you're lined up correct. I'm making sure of it. 3 carries 6, and that was a 6, and then you did 42 kids, so now you're just adding. You just have to make sure the numbers are lined up from back to front. 1s, 8s, 7s, 7s, 1s, 7s. Good now. Where does the decimal go there? Sam, you're almost done.
On 2. 2.
So, how many spots total? Boom. Done. That's it. You are correct. Nice. That's tough. That was a tough one, because we haven't talked about 3 digits.
Well, at least pick the right one.
And I try to pick the same for each of you. You did it a certain way. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is almost 8 times 6s. Yeah, nice. And then you wouldn't need that comment there either.
Oh.
Yeah, the comment will be gone.
Bye-bye.
So,
Oh. No much.
oh, I bet you carried your number over.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. All right, so start there. Okay, so here's what I would like you to do. Okay, I'm going to give you your website, and I'd like you to try to get on this one. I'd like you to try to get 70% on this test. So 70%. Now, if you want to know what 70% is going to be on this thing,
Math games. It's gonna be on math games.
yep, you got to get more than 10 correct.
I was on that this morning. Ah, Sam.
So
Gotta get more than 10 correct. Okay.
What, you were?
Not this morning, I was on it last period.
Yeah, it was on our first period.
Alright, hold on, I gotta find the correct one.
No, I just gotta finish up my hand. And some. My hand didn't go so well.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna send an email to you, and hopefully this will make sense.
Hopefully it has a link attached.
It will, I'll make sure of it.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen again.
No, we do not.
There. I think that's not big enough to read. Damn it.
Oh, you're here.
Okay,
Nice.
I just sent you the link. You're gonna click, it'll take you immediately into it.
Immediately right into the thing, eh?
Yep, immediately into the process.
Sweet.
In fact, I'll leave these on the board so you can use them as reference. I think it's something.
Hey, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I got to go see Arjun and your son.